I apologize. I was talking and stuff, but I made a silly little goof and forgot to change my microphone back. Audio here is a bit loud, so just turn that down. There we go. Hopefully that's all good. Just give me a moment, forgot to grab something. There we go, wings are working now. I just noticed, because the thing was just off to the side, I'd noticed that the wings were bouncing about a bit. Anywho, they were dancing to the music. Last time, we finished this absolute beauty. And now that the Typhoeus is done, we can get working on the twin crouton. That's what it's called, right? Alright, we've got to make the weapons first. I just want to quickly check. It's the twin crouton dragon type, right? Crouton twin dragon type. Alright. Anywho. Place this guy up here. So for this we're going to need G, J, P1 and Q. So that's L1. That's the sticker sheet. Put that up there. PC wasn't mentioned, so it's not needed right now. That's L2. That's A. P2 is not needed. That's C. That's Q. There's one. That's B. Is P1. That's M. I believe. Nope. This one is F. Yep. Oh, I found G. You see the big mortars here. Tells you to do everything twice since we're making 2 sets. Oh. So let's get this out and then declutter everything a bit. We still need to find J after that, so bit of work yet. And here's O, the big stand. Oh, here's J, found it. really sure why some things are in a softer plastic while other things are in a harder plastic. Now that all of those are out of the way, we can get started. First up, we need G and J for a little bit. So that's P1, this is J. Yeah, so these two, P1 and Q, go off to the side in the runner stand that we made quite a while ago. It's been way too long since I stopped streaming for way too long there. Okay, let's get started. First of all, 5, 6, and 7. So 7 is a handle on these. Meanwhile, 5 and 6 are 2 halves of... Actually, what is it called? Smoothbore gun. And the idea is you get the 2 of them. Lose 7. Losing 7 is an important step. Get 7 back. Get 5, which has the big holes. Nope. Get 6, no. Oh wait, I'm holding it upside down. That explains a lot. And then with it angled, you can see it's at this sort of angle. Going backwards a bit. Plug it in. Take the other half. And plug that in. Barrel isn't completed yet, still doesn't have that cap on. But what's important right now is, now that we've connected it, the parts that are symmetrically needing to be scraped are nice and together, making it a lot easier to do that. I think these can just be scraped out. They're just like solid. Okay, I can't show it to you because, you know, get too close to the camera. But they're solid white, so they don't scrape out very well. Yeah, so I'm able to smooth that out a little. I'm not able to get rid of the scuff marks too well. That sucks. Either way, Still a bit of work to go. Next up, we need to put a decal on. Number 11. And it makes up the scope. So, wet the area that it's going to be applied to. Yep. And you'll see there's these two little green ones. You can't really see the... you can see the separator just there. Two little green ones. They make up the two scopes on the smoothbore guns. Which, can I just say, absolutely beautiful weapons, the smoothbores. If it weren't for the big, like, dragon heads that fly around and release bits, which I absolutely love bits, so I'm very biased towards bits and dragons, yeah, these would definitely be my favourite part of this kit. I'll say too, the smoothbore guns are likely also the most universally usable part, because who in their right mind would complain about a smoothbore gun getting strapped onto a giant robot? There we go, that's one done. I'm going to try to scrape parts separately next time, so see if I can do a better job with the second one. Oh wait, no, still all those J parts to go. First, one more part from G, and that is... 1. Here's G1. Maybe just the material type doesn't like getting cleaned up. Small parts is a bit difficult, but actually, yeah, that's gone away a little bit. Okay, and there's that one gone. Okay, well, to be fair, there's barely any scuff marks when I'm looking at it here. Yeah, so it seems like I did just mess up the parts. That they can be cleaned up. I'm still mad we didn't get to see more of this unit, because they hyped it up with like it being a silhouette and all that. They did a lot of promotional work for it. And then they just kill it off screen, really. The main part, the mobile armor, the big part, they killed that off screen. That sucks. That's the part we were almost hyped for. Either way, it's got a slight flat bit at the top. You can kind of make it out. And so it goes on in a certain way, just to make sure it stays. So this part's up. Oh, so this part is up the top. And there you have a smoothbore gun ready. I'm guessing this is where the ammunition is, and it just goes thonk up to fire the next one. I kind of wish that this weapon was in Gundam Breaker 4. Okay, next up. Swap over to J. And we need to cut off 12 and 14 for now. Oh yeah, look at this big katana. Okay, so 13 and 14 are inverts of the same part. Oh, inverts of the same part, with the intention being that one's used for the left smooth bore and one's for the right, so that they go on like a specific side when the big Gundam Typhoeus Chimera form. Scrape down J. Oh, that's much. I'm so glad I got this. Being able to scrape away the scuff marks makes the kits look so much nicer. It's taken a bit of learning, and I'm still not a master of it, but it's very nice. Yeah, it needs to get cut off a little. Little off the top. Okay, so face them like this. So the part that pokes up here. This part comes out through the back. That middle section goes through. Good chunk. And it only just doesn't cover the little scuff. Oh. Yeah, it only just doesn't cover the little scuff mark. That's terrible. Oh, I don't like that. Give this bit another go though. Who knows, maybe I'm just trying it from the wrong angle. Oh, it's stubborn, doesn't want to go. I don't care how smooth it is, I don't want a gun that fires balls. Ha ha ha, guys, I'm so funny. Let's actually see if there's anyone here. Nope, just me yapping to the void. Here it is. Oh man, that just wipes right away on these ones. Don't know why it doesn't want to go on the barrel of the gun. Anywho. That then clips up, you'll see past this bit I can no longer wiggle about, there's that little space gap. It just clips up through that. And that can be rotated about. But most importantly, yeah, basically, oh wait, that's actually really smart. Let me just quickly get it out so I can show you. Yeah, I can't find P1. Oh wait. No, I went searching through, I already had it. Silly me. Here's P1. Let's see then, which part is it? 23. 25, 10, 21, 24, here's 23. Here we go. Oh, here we go. So, this part can be taken off. Oh, that's bad. Okay, so what that has done is bent that and added stress, nearly broke it. I got very lucky there. So I'm not ever taking that off again. But essentially, there's this, like, handle, but you're not meant to hold it. Like, the Gundam hand would fit on it. You're not meant to hold it. What you're meant to do is this part goes on over it. And it's very cheeky because it has two parts that come down, and it uses the handle as the third part that comes down to plug into this. And so from there, you also want to grab Q. Get 6, this big one here. Not as big as these big ones though. Like, things are about to get absurd with how large the parts are. Here we are. And then we plug in back here. Oh. One of the gold bits got disconnected. Wonder... Oh, okay. I just need to put some more power on that. Either way, you take this bad boy. You realize you put this part on backwards. And then you plug this down here. Boom. Smooth ball gun over the Gundam Typhoeus. Bang. That's really cool. I'm very happy with that. Let's build the second one. And then get onto the crouton shield thingies. So for that, just going to grab the parts from J now. While we are here. J was on top of G, so just grabbing those ones while moving it out of the way. we go. Now for this one too. Now we get the parts from here. That's going to be 7. And then the second set of 5 and 6. This time I'm going to give them a proper scraping before putting it all together. It's tough to get them out, even when doing it separately. Really doesn't want to go. I'm kind of just going to have to give up so I don't end up scraping away everything on there. I'll do a little bit though, just so it looks a tad nicer. Oh, it's bent a little. Either way, connect the handle in so it's pointing backwards. Connect both sides of the gun. Oh wow, they're both bent in opposite directions. That's honestly a little funny. Connect on the cap to help it hold together. Get the decal on. Got the nice little green shine going on in there. You can kind of see that. Follow that up. Boom. And boom. Now with that, both of the smoothbore guns are completed. Now, wait, what? Yo, it's a GN beam rifle. I did notice this kind of looks like... It somewhat reminds me of the GNX, specifically these 2 bits of... Not the GNX. There's like a samurai-inspired GN Gundam. Anyway, it's like... Was it the Mashudo? No. I don't know, not even gonna try. Didn't realize this thing had GN particles. A and P1. Starting out, let's just get the part from P1. It's the final little green part. Now let's go get A. That's C. That's P2. B. K. And I found A because it has the little pew pew. Move all of these out of the way. Now get 6 and 13. There we go. I'm kind of curious as to how plastic recycling works. And like why it works so that only some plastics are recyclable, meanwhile others aren't. Because you would just be thinking like, oh, is it not just melt down the plastic, use it for something new? How come only certain plastics are able to be melted down and turned into something new, and others have to be disposed of completely? Like, I understand there are different types of plastic, so you want to make sure you don't mix the 2 different types. But at the same time, it seems a bit silly to just throw all of that plastic away. Okay. Plugs into this space here. Make it like that. Then this connects over that. From there, scrape down some stuff a bit more. Makes a little squeak noise when I angle it correctly. Oh, well, incorrectly, really, but that's neither here nor there. I really like the physical green bit that goes in to make the little scope bit in here. Yeah, you can see it a bit better now. Either way, that goes in one of the hands. So, went in a bit easy. Yeah, it's a tad loose. Yeah, it's not the hand, it just feels a tad loose to use. Yeah, definitely not the hand. Is there any... Oh yeah, clicked there. There we go, that's nice and... Oh, no. Yeah, I have no idea how to make it stay nice and in proper. Oh! That's nice and in proper. Oh. Okay, so there's a little section you got to push it further back in to get to. This guy's ready for some trouble. And here, put him off to the side. Get to work on the next part. And here is where things get fun. Just once I have it not falling over. There we go. Okay, so we need D, F, L1, L2, P1, and P2. So let's go down the list. This is Q, that's G, so we want neither of those. This one is J, I believe. Yep, that's J, don't want that one. This one is P1. That's A. That's F. F is needed. That's K. That's B. That's P2. That's C. If I'm right... Yep, L1 and L2 are the red ones. Given that they have big dragon face parts. Now, which D I saw earlier, it is in one of the packaging still. Yeah, there's 2 sets of D. That's gonna be fun. It's got all the bits. E1 is not needed. But it has like the fingers. You can see them. Oh yeah, this is just straight up the hands. Which means they'll be used in a bit later. Let's put everything away for now. And get to work. P1 and 2 are needed for this first part. Seven and 8 first. These parts here. And they're connected to by 24 and 31. This is 24. This is 31. Oh, this one turned out good, only needing one spot to be scraped. I wonder if there are people out there who, like, do more than the scrape, like, do the full 3-piece. Like, the scrape, the 2 things from the balancer and the cloth, even if they're just going to paint over the part anyway. Because at that point, all you need to do is scrape it down so it's flat. Alrighty then, so grab this one, okay, so grab 8 and connect 31 and 24 on. No? No, it is this one. Oh, no, it's this one, okay. Got them mixed up. And connect this in so that the 2 pegs are pointing upwards. Connect this over that. You'll see the dragon's face, you can see the eyes are formed and the jaw. From here, put this down and head over to P, that's F, P1, and we're going to do the exact same thing. We're just going to make these two at the same time, essentially. So there's 24. There's 7 and 8. There's 31. Put the runner to the side. Honestly, these parts are going to get covered up anyway, so they're not too important to make look all snazzy. So just a quick thing on it, just to make it look a little nicer. That's all it really needs. There we go. Oh wait, I forgot to put this in. There we go. There we are, now it's the correct way round. Alright, now that those are done, we go over to L1. And we're going to get some parts. That's going to be 10 and 13. That's 10. That's 13. Just going to keep them with their correct runners, so just there's that consistency between them. No reason other than because I want to. There we go, there's one done. This one's got some stronger stress marks on it. I gotta say, one of my favorite things about Gundam runners I scraped that until it's a bit uneven. Went a bit too hard on a stress mark, I guess. Scrape down the other side in order to even it out. There we go. Not perfect, but not noticeable from a distance. Like, you gotta be actively looking for it. Alright. This part, facing downwards, clips into here. Makes the top of the mouth. Top of the head, on the other hand, is handled by this part here, with its big pokey thingy pointing this way. You'll see big rectangle part there, big rectangle hole here. Pretty obvious what happens there. It should clip over so that there's no gap, but not seeing that. No, meant to be a little gap, I guess. Doesn't want to close up. Either way, now we do the same for the other one. Boop. 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 There you go, nice and clean. No need to mess it up. Oh, I'm going to have to move in a sec, because my dog's about to want to get schmoovin'. So I will... Yeah, this one was... Oh. Looks like I have to move to grab that anyway. Alrighty then, off she goes to go bark at stuff. Yes, there is meant to be like a little sliver of a gap along here. And connect that in. There we go, nice and proper. Since we have this one, we'll just continue from here, hopping over to P2. We're going to grab 13. And then F3 from the F runner. Three is just this big thruster part. There's that nice and properly. Scrape it down, or scrape everything a little. And then that plugs in. You see peg bit sticking out there with flat parts, peg and flat parts. Turn this backwards. Yeah. Make sure that the little bit that droops downwards on this, can't really show it too well. Well, you can kind of see it there. Make sure that's facing out of the way. There's the big cannon. Then we go over to this. Make sure it's properly scraped down. Now we connect this on. Looks like that. And so now we get back over to P and we get our hands on 9 and 10. That is these two up here. That's nice and smooth down. Although really, yeah, those parts aren't even going to be seen. Let's just plug them in. Do they go over or under? Oh wait, I'm holding it upside down. Looks like everything was going to be pointing the incorrect direction. I was just upside down. Plug that on. At which point we go back to L1 and L2. For us it's L2 because I've kind of stopped doing them side by side. And you want to go 11 and 12, those being the sides of the jaw. Not easy to clean these parts. Now then, turn that. Turn that. And plug these on, you'll see, doesn't connect, does connect, or more accurately, there we go. If it would like to help me out a little bit and be a bit more cooperative, that would be greatly appreciated. Okay, this is coming off for a minute. Let's see how we can do it on this side. I bet. Yeah. They're facing different directions. I put them on backwards. There we go. Just need to get this part out. There we go. One down, one to go. Ow, hurt myself with that one. Alright. Okay, let's see if they would be the right way around this time. Yep. Yeah, see, I misread it. I saw them being out here. For some reason, thought it wanted the peg to be on the outside. They actually go in this way. Twist and twist. Then connect appropriately. Slot it backwards since it can rotate back. And see this part that pokes out. You want it to go behind here. So connect that on and then slide it backwards. Now you've got the dragon head done, and I'm very much liking this. I'm very happy with it. So that can come down, reveal the big gun. Very nice. And you'll see on the inside here, there's these little parts. You can't see them too well though. And what these do is therefore the bits. So let's get to making them. It takes D20 and D21. And apparently each runner comes with some extra ones. That's nice. We only need 4, but it comes with 5. So there's lots of scrape down, so let's get to it. Well, dog wants out again. She can be very fickle like that. Sometimes she wants in, sometimes she wants out. It's constantly going in and out. Just remember there are these little extra bits that pop off. Can't really show them because they're too small, but they're not bits that need to be removed. So just don't go accidentally erasing important bits. nearly done with this one, and then we can move on to the next one. My dog just came back in. I give it about 5 to 10 minutes before she wants back out again. We're at an hour and 15 minutes into the 2-hour stream, so by an hour and 25 minutes she'll be wanting out again. These can just be attached however it seems. So just slap them on. They're a bit tight to go on, but that just means they won't come off later. Now, we simply slot them all in. Now we've got the big dragon head, got the nice eyes, articulated jaw, all the bits inside. Honestly, they could fire from here, that'd be pretty cool, all firing at once when the jaw opens up. Anywho, time to do the last step. From P1 and P2, meaning if you flip it, it may be possible to get 2 of these on. You want to get 14, which is this part with 2 different ball joints here. Oh, just break off, alright then. Grab the Typhoeus, plug it into the back of the elbow part. Plug that on there. Now you have the dragon shield on there, looking absolutely awesome, I must say. Big fan of how that looks. And here is the completed Typhoeus Gundam. Obviously not panel lined, but that will be done in time. My plan currently is to build a couple Gundams, then take a break and panel line them all off stream, and then show off all the panel lining work that had been done on all of them, do some other stuff, and then return to the regular once every 2 days thing I had going on before the big break and debut as a VTuber. Let's put you off to the side and get to work on the second dragon head. Nine and 10. Leave 14 on since we're not plugging it into the other arm. Oh, my right arm's gotten heavy. Yep, so work on getting these guys on. That looks good and nice, so we... Oh wait, gotta get part from over here too. Gotta get 3 from F. I'm very interested to see these large parts in use. They seem like they're going to be very cool. Now then, put that down, plug this on, and you'll see there's two little holes where you're going to want to plug that in. There we go. Next up, putting these in. One down. There's the other. At which point we're going to grab the jaw. Alrighty then. Turn these out the way. Plug the mouth on. Well, it's an hour 25 minutes in, my dog has not left. I am surprised. There we go. And so from here, we just need to make more of those little bits. You know, it'd probably be a better idea just to take 3 from this one and then take the last, like the 5th one from the other runner. And then I just have 2 bits over here. It'd be easier to control them all and all that. There's one downside with that plan, and that's the smart thing to do. Therefore, I'm not able to do it. Yeah, I cut off that part that I said not to cut off a bunch of times over here. That sucks. I didn't think about it until it was too late. The main reason I like bits is that it's remote weaponry. Like, it supplements your own stuff. So these will be firing while you're firing your gun or while you're flying around. I'm a big fan of that sort of thing. But even more so, just the scenes where they use a couple bits to fire at opponents from all directions. The opponent just can't evade or counter attacks that are coming from every direction and end up getting blitzed and just torn apart by the lasers. Those scenes are so cool. Yeah, just placing them down and then placing the bits on top works quite well. Oh, that one slid on nicely. There we go. Yep. That's good right there. Trying to just get that angle on. Oh, hey, we got a first time chatter. Lovely to meet you, Daniel. How are you doing? Ooh. Ooh, here's where things get fun. Yeah, okay. I do gotta say, I absolutely love the fact that all the runners are shown as if it's showing the colours that the runners have. It's all in black and white. You can't tell what those colours are. It's all greys. Okay, so take off all the different add-ons that have been given. Yeah, the Typhoeus Gundam in its default stage. And now things are about to get interesting. So we need to get rid of all this and grab Q from wherever it is. Here we are. Move everything else away so we can get to P2 over here. And we also need P1 and P2 for this part. Q5. Then get 3 and 4. They attach nicely onto these sides. Oh, that one just came off. Oh. First of all, we're going to scrape them down though, so that it looks pretty. Now then, facing this way. This one goes on like this. This one goes on like this. Very nice. Scrub it up, dub that real quick, though it doesn't really make a difference, and it's going to get covered up anyway, so who cares? Got some nice art. Oh wow, fold. Yeah, there's a thing for it to fold the whole way in there. Got some good articulation. Oh, this part plugs in to the spot on the bottom. I'm very smart. I got that very quickly. Next up, we need to grab this part back again, but we need to take that off. And finally, grab 1 and 2 from Q. Yeah, I don't think I can get rid of that one. This is going to be a white spot there. That sucks. Hopefully it gets covered by something. Yeah, I can really only do so much with some of these. Hey Risk, how you doing? I'm doing quite well. How have you been today? Well, for you it's very early the morning. Yep, just plug those together. Okay, let's try to get rid of this particularly egregious stress mark. Yeah, it's just not going away. Well, that sucks. Yeah, there's just a couple of different materials here, like this grey and that red, that just... you can't get stress marks off it. Alright, now then. Grabbing the Typhoeus. Put E on it. Put this part on it as well. And that folds up nicely like that. You got two little prongs here. And two holes here. And obviously, it's going to be going on to here and here as well. And I forgot to put on some parts. Give me a minute. P211, this part here. Big old thruster. Oh no, this is the plug for the fuel tanks. Here's P1, it's got 11 as well. These are the plugs for the fuel tanks that will be used later. Get them looking all nice. Now then, they plug in here, like this, I believe. Yep. Then there's these just big red fuel canisters to plug in here and here to add that on. There we go. There's that bit done. Though, yeah, there's a lot of stress marks I can't particularly remove. Because it just messes up the area around it without actually getting rid of the stress mark. Okay. Speaking of stress, here's a painful part to get done. It's the adapter parts for the legs. We're going to need both P's. Not going to need Q. Neither of the L's. We're going to need F, I, and M. That's D, L2. Why is there... I refuse to believe that there is such a thing as a cheese Gundam. You could literally show me one and I would just close my eyes and go la 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 la. I refuse to believe that there is a cheese Gundam. I refuse to be corrected. I just refuse the notion of a cheese Gunpla ever possibly existing. Not happening. Don't care. That's K. That's A. That's J. That's G, which this part's gonna be cool. Here's M. Hey, what was I saying about fuel canisters? Put all these back now so they're off the desk and out of the way. GM Blastmaster from Build Divers. I know the one you're talking about. It's... Yeah, it is the orange one. The Jagan Blastmaster. Oh, it's one of the ones that has the plane mode. That's neat. Oh no, this one doesn't have a plane mode, just has a thing over its back. Oh yeah, there's the 00 Sky on the back of its box art. And has all the guns, like the ones on the feet, the ones in the skirt. The side skirt guns kind of look like they're the part from the Perfectibility, not the Perfectibility, the G-Self Perfect pack. but smaller, red, and not using photon missiles to traumatize the main character. There's his eye. If I could ask for one unit to be in Gundam Breaker 4, it would be the 00 Sky HWS. Because they have the Diver Ace, but I prefer the Sky. And honestly, yeah, his eye, that's pretty good. And honestly, the HWS being a part of it, and then you get support parts, and like you can put the HWS on other kits, that'd be really cool. Yeah, the Discord server is going well. You've been adding a lot to it. I really should start becoming more active on it, really. Okay, well, we've got like 13 minutes left on this stream, because I'm just going to stick to the 2 hours for now. I don't want you to get too annoyed by my voice when we're getting so close to the Gundam Breaker 4 open beta. I'm really, really excited for that. I'm talking to 2 people right now to see if we can play it all together. So hopefully I'm able to set that up and have some people to play with. Of course, I will try to make a time for me and you to play Risk. I'm very much looking forward to getting to play it with you. Oh, we're also needing 6 from F. I'm really happy. There's going to be like 21 kits available. Though I will say I am a tad sad because of the fact that the open beta does save your progress. I'm thinking of getting it on Steam, but I'm playing this on Switch, so I don't think it's going to cross over. What was it? Right, there's no crossplay, which honestly, like, crossplay's kind of just become a standard a while ago, and then they took that standard away. They should add it. So crossplay should be standard at this point. It's really dumb. And then M2, because it's just so good to have crossplay and being able to play with your friends even if they use a different device. And honestly, the biggest thing about the open beta test that I'm worried about is the fact that since they're not doing it for Steam, we're not going to know the quality of the Steam release. We haven't seen anything about the Steam release, only the Nintendo Switch / PS5 one. Which is honestly kind of pushing me to get the Switch version instead. The thing is, pre-order bonuses on the Switch for physical edition and all that, I'm not sure I can get them in Australia. And obviously if I'm buying a game on like the Switch, I'm getting it to be physical copy because it's the same price as digital, but I own the cartridge. Yeah, I just can't get the stress marks off it. It's really annoying. Either way, I-11 is up next. So yeah, I'm going to go with the Steam version, even if that means I'm not allowed to have my progress from the Switch version. Would be nice if I could keep it, but I highly doubt that. I'll just have to sacrifice that. Facing this way, just like that. Plugs in there. This part comes. This part needs to get filed a little first. Have you seen the games, like the game within the game's name, Risk? Gundam Breaker 4. They just forcibly added that the game inside the game isn't called Gundam Breaker 4, it's called GBBBB. Because the 4 in Gundam Breaker 4 stands for the fact that there's 4 B's in the name in the game. And I can't remember all the B's, nor do I care to. Plug M2 facing outwards at that bottom point. Put all that down. Last chance for some of these to get cleaned up a little. Honestly, not even going to bother since everything's going to get plugged on over that anyway. Go over to M where we get a couple instances of 3. Okay, so you want them facing a particular way, the ones up the top facing this way, meanwhile the ones down lower facing up the way. This is going to be relevant later. There we go. And now realize that you forgot some parts. I1. There you are. There we go. That goes on like this. You see there's that thruster poking out there. That's on nice and properly. It's a bit like a car now. It's a bit of a car with a little toe. Put something in there, drives along. The toe attachment doesn't have anything for wheels though. Anyway, I put this on the wrong way because part needs to connect into here first. That part is from either one of the P's. 12. And 12 is this part up here. that is used to connect it to the red dragon head part. Oh. Does not want to connect in. And then plug this on. You see that, oh, you see that this part can then flip up. Take this, put this like this. Yeah, this part needs to come out because it's not needed. And this is a little, nah, it's not really movable either way. Big old dragon head. Next up, there's some parts that attach on. That is going to be a bunch of M1s. And then H4s. And that won't be an issue. Boop, 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 boop. And then H, this part here. 4 is these little red fingers. This thing's going to take forever to panel line, I must say. As much as the fact that the open beta isn't on Steam, which I hate because I'm going to be playing it on Steam and all that, gone over that before, I am somewhat happy because it does mean there's going to be a lot of people looking to watch a live stream of the game since they can't play it themselves. And while watching the tweets, I did notice that someone from Niji Sanji, I forget their name, is going to be playing and all that. That's always going to be a big name. I am going to get a chance to grow from this at least, which is very much a positive thing. And being able to collab with others and play with them and bounce off them, having someone to chat with and all that, is definitely going to help my content for that. Then hopefully I'll get more people in chat, and having more people in chat will mean more people to obviously chat with, which will result in better content due to being able to talk to people. Okay. The going down part, rather than the straight out part that grabs onto stuff, is what goes into these bits. I'm just noticing I didn't do a very good job at some of these junctions. There we go. There we go. There we go. that on. And that's all 4 of them done. There's little holes on them, so hopefully they're used for something cool later on. Nope. Now you're just going to want to bring all of them in. I feel like I know what they're going to do next. Wait, did I miss a step? Yes, I did. Okay, I'm going to finish that step, and then finish for tonight. Tomorrow we do the second leg, attach them on, and continue working on the stuff. First up is I2. And then 6 from P. Here we are. And I'll file these down and then quickly show you what it does before finishing up for this stream. So it goes. So this part clips on round over that, and then this clips into that. That's nice and snazzy. What happens then? These parts slide to the side, slot the leg in, and you'll see peg and bar, peg hole, bar hole. Oh. Fold the foot down so it can connect better. Wrap these around so it's nice and locked in. And I believe I missed a step because it's showing something coming up over the foot. And then that's give you one hell of a kick with this. What did I miss here? Oh, yep, down here. First of all, disconnect this stuff. As much as it really doesn't want to come off, there we go. And then P125. And it takes its little peg part, plugs in here, and then folds like that. Then the idea is when it is on the foot, it just brings it up so that the foot's just not hanging out there, so it's just like held by something. Either way, that's going to be it for today. Really looking forward to this weekend. My mouth isn't moving now. Really looking forward to this weekend, and I hope to see you guys again tomorrow. See you, Risk. See you, Daniel. Bye.